Welcome back to Excel Basic Learning lesson number 5. In this lesson we are going to learn editing group. For this purpose the table that has been designed is here. In this table some product quantity, selling price, buying price and the profit margin on the basis of selling price minus buying price has been given. Let's begin first from find and select. In order to find alphabetic or number, we can use this command. So to find, say we need to find product number 6P6, and by pressing enter or find all, it will take us over to the P16. Or we can use Control F to get the same dialog box, find and replace. And if we need to find the product 2 P2, we can get the product P2. Or even if we need to find 799 is a selling price, so where is a 799? So we can find 799 as just like Control F, we can use Control H to find and replace. While pressing Control F, find is highlighted. In this case that we have pressed Control H, so replace tab is highlighted in this dialog box. We are going to replace P8 with product 8. So find P8 and replace it with the word product 8. The pressing replace all of the P8 will be replaced with product 8. So we can see that all done. We made one replacement, so it means there was one P8 which has been replaced with the word product 8. The same dialog box can be accessed from here but by clicking on replace. Before moving to the next command, let's go through the table. In this column E, we have provided the product names. Product name has been typed in, and the quantity has been typed in, and the selling price has been typed in, buying price has been typed in. Whereas the last column I, in this column we have placed the formula, which is the difference of selling price and the buying price. So in full column we can see there is a formula, so this is the only column where the formula has been placed. Let's move on to the next commands. Next command is formula. If we click on the formula, our cursor will go, our range will be highlighted as a formula. So it is the only range that contains the formula in it. For next command, it's comments. Click on comments. Cell pointer should move on to the comments in the worksheet. So we receive a message, no cells were found. No cells were found where comments has been given. So let's add some comments. Select this cell G11 where price has been given as 30.99. Right click on this cell and then select insert comment. Insert comment. Let's suppose this is imported price, and we can adjust our size of comment box. That's a comment. That's it. By clicking outside the box, comments has been generated, and we can see a red corner has been established in the cell. Whenever we point to this red corner, we can see the comments has been added. These comments never take part in any type of the calculations. Whatever the value in the comment is, it can be text, it can be numbers. These numbers and text never take part in mathematical calculation or arithmetical calculations. This cell, let's right click, insert command, and I'm going to put this is blank cell and adjust the row That's it. Find comments. So you can see that two cells has been selected, and in these two cells are the cells that have the comment in it. Let's move on to our next commands. This next command is summation or sigma. Other 5 commands that has been given in the menu, these 5 commands and the sigma need to be illustrated using the table given at the data. This is the table that contains the date, invoice number, customer name, sales value excluding VAT, and sales value inclusive of VAT. Let's start from our first command that we need to apply. This is the total number of invoices. So total number of invoices mean from this until the last we need to count these invoices. So there is some information that we can see over here. So average, count, and the sum has already been provided. Click on the arrow key, then count numbers. These are the numbers that we are going to count. So in this case, numbers has been counted. So by default the range has been selected that is just above the function. In this example, the total has been already included. We need to exclude the total. So let's give a new range that start from first invoice until last invoice, and pressing enter we can find that the total number of invoices are 14. So keep in mind this function is for counting the numbers. If we apply this function over to the alphabets, like the column C, where the customer names has been given from C2 until C5, we can find that it will never count it. So count is only applied to numbers. If we want to count a data that includes number as well, so we need to add a at the end. It should be the count a. Count a mean count all that has been given in the range. So in this way we can count total number of invoices as 14 when we apply this function at alphabets. Next one is the average. For average, click on arrow key, average. Say we want to find the average of sales value excluding VAT. Pressing Control Home will take us to A1 position. Moving navigation arrow keys, selecting downward to D16s. These are the value, and then we want to find the average value of 14 invoice. So average value mean this is the value that we normally obtained by dividing total value divided by number of values. So it will be the same results. So average mean, so average is a function whereas the same value can be obtained by dividing total amount of the 14 invoices divided by number of invoices, which is 14. Next, move on to maximum amount. Click on arrow key and select max. By default range has been selected, but we need to find the value excluding VAT. Which amount is maximum from among this list? So the maximum amount is 2250. From this list, the maximum value of invoices 2550. And the last one is click on arrow minimum, and what is the minimum amount from among these 14 invoices? We can find the 500 is the minimum amount that has been issued to the customer. Let's discuss the syntax of these 4 functions. Count, value 1, value 2, value 3, and so on. So these should be placed in the brackets. And the second is average. Average can be calculated for number 1, number 2, and so on. Same can be applied to the max and the min. So these are the syntax of the commands. Now lastly we are going to move on to the most frequent command used in the Microsoft Excel. This is the sum or summation. In mathematics, the summation or sigma is used for the values from n is equal to 1 up to so on, but in this particular case I'm going to delete the already provided the values, and in order to get the sum of the invoices value excluding VAT, click on the sum. This is already selected as UM from D2 to D15. By pressing enter we can get the value, and for sigma again and press enter, and then lastly sigma and press enter. The sum is the most frequently used function in Microsoft Excel.